Good morning, guys. Today I'm headed out to the Wissahickon Valley Park, which is about an hour and a half from where I live, and there's 2,000 acres with 50 miles of trails. There's so much out there to look at. I could choose from so many trails that what I decided to do first was to get to the environmental center where they probably have maps, and there's a lot of history to be looked at out here, so I'm really excited. Starting my day with a really good breakfast, and then I'm gonna head out. So we're going up to the environmental center. It says it's the tree house. And there's some history where there was a tree in a building that used to grow up through the roof, and then eventually they took that down, and they have something inside to memorialize that. But it looks like a nice place. There's a lot of trails here. So we're gonna go in here. There's a little well here. It's a place to look down in through, but you're not supposed to drop any trash down in there. A neat little thing. Some kind of an old well. And this here sign is about the Andorra Nursery. And there's trails up through here. The Andorra Meadow Trail's up this way. So this is what they called the tree house. The roof there's like plant life on the roof, I heard and read about, but they used to have a tree. It was built around a tree, and there's where the tree used to go up through. They have some old furniture up here. Unfortunately, it says that this place is closed. So I had hoped that the environmental center would provide us with maps, but I don't see anything like that around here. So we're going to head over to the original trail that I had downloaded. I downloaded 3 of them, but the one we're going to is 1.6 miles away. But before I go, I wanted to show you that this is one of the trails here at the Andorra Natural Center. And when you start out, there's like a little bench here with some stuff on it. There's a little stand over here. There's a wooden bridge. So there's really cool trails already that you could take even from this parking lot. But we're gonna drive down to this other area and location. Okay, so we wound up, there's a lot of traffic through this road. This is Bell's Mill or Bell's View Road. And right at the bottom of this would be where you can get on the Forbidden Trail. But we parked in the parking lot here along the Bell's View or Bell's Mill Road. I think it's Bell's Mill. And then the trailhead there, the All Trails map that we're following starts right here. So just be warned that on the weekends it's very busy and parking is at a premium. So, but here we are, the start of the trail. So down here at the start of the Forbidden Drive Trail, or the Forbidden Trail, it starts out right along the Wissahickon Creek, and there's some really cool places to sit and look at the water. There's some geese, ducks, geese in the water, looking for food. Just want to just walk down here and check it out. Very beautiful. Look at that bridge. Wow. Very beautiful. Here's a little closer picture of this bridge. Really cute. There's another part of the bridge over there. That was an older bridge. It was remade. More geese. Alright, so there's the first trail we're passing by is actually the Yellow Trail, so that's an interesting trail to go on. I think it says it has the Cedar House Cafe that way, but we're going to continue down Forbidden Drive, and it looks like a beautiful path. A lot of like bicycles and people walking, their pets with their kids. Very easy, very wide path, and very beautiful scenery. The trees and leaves are changing, so it's going to be a beautiful day out. I think the temperature's supposed to be in the 70s, so this will be awesome. So far, this is more like a rail trail there's railing the whole way along, so you can't really go down to the creek from this side. I imagine on the other side of it there's paths down, because I do see a person up a little ways in the water, and they may have come down from the other side. But it's still very beautiful, and like I said, a very easy trail. No inclines or technical spots. This is probably the closest I've seen to get to the creek so far. So a couple little side trails finally that can get down close to the water. There's a little bench at this one. So you can go down, I guess, here and there along the water. Oh, there's sand. This is sand. Try to go down here without falling. Yes, lots of sand. But there's people over there on that side. And there's it's very slow moving water. Very, very slow. A little muddy down here. Very quiet though down here, away from all the people.
There's a trail up there. See the people walking there?
Yep, there's some trails across the way. So we're finally up to this covered bridge that we're going to go across, but I wanted to get some footage down below here. It is so pretty from here. There's an older bridge right beside it that is very interesting, and when I get over there, I'm going to try my best to find a way to get down to it too, so I can explore. But here's the covered bridge that's coming up. There's a little bit of a waterfall there. We'll get up to that area in a minute. And here we are, a little waterfall that goes through here. And there's a little stone walkway that you can go across. And that, I think, is on the other side of the bridge. Very cool. There's a lot of people here. Okay, so I just put on my microphone. There are a lot of people here, and I wanted you to be able to hear me as well, but the compromise when you hear me is that you don't necessarily hear the water or any of that stuff. But we're going to keep going here, closer and closer to this covered bridge. It's just a very beautiful place to explore. So you come up around this really cool wall that they put in, and this is the Thomas Mill covered bridge that we're getting ready to walk across. Very old. This road, by the way, is limited to equestrian and pedestrian use, so there are no vehicles. We can take our time and walk down through the bridge to get to the other side of the waterfall there and go down in there. Really cool. Interesting. I think I'll have to put the camera down to go down this way. Although it looks like there's a couple of ways to get down there. So we're down the hill, and first thing I wanted to look at is this really old bridge that is attached to the covered bridge up there. A lot of rocks and leaves down here and some water, but it's still doable. And it's so pretty. I mean, so pretty. Again, no snakes. You can just go hog wild out here. Just be careful of your footing, because the leaves are slippery, but I want to get as close as I can. Wow. Look at that stonework. Gorgeous park. So on the other side of that bridge is the remains of another dam or bridge. There's a lot of ruins out here. Very tough to know what's what, but it's all so gorgeous. We're just going to keep going through to see what we can see. So pretty. This is the other side. We were on the other side where the waterfall was. So this is underneath that beautiful covered bridge and looking towards the waterfall there. This is the other side of that. We just went through just a couple little tree roots and stuff to get to the other side. Through there, it's a bridge. And there's this long stone walkway out to where the waterfall is. So it's worth going through that little section. It's not as treacherous as it looks. I'm so excited. Look at all this. This is the coolest. You can walk all the way over to this waterfall. Look at that. Wow. So pretty. All along here is all these man-made walls that were part of the dam system. All these mills and inns that were built along here, most of them are gone. After you get past that covered bridge, the trail that we're turning onto the orange trail and taking it to the lavender trail. And it is kind of rocky and steep. We'll see how it goes. So this is me trying to climb up this rocky, steep section. So hopefully this kind of flattens out after a little bit, but who knows? We'll see. The first part of the trail was so easy, this is kind of shocking. So right at first on this trail, there's these little, they put in steps. They're like stone steps. And they're short, but they're kind of cool. So we're still walking along the Wissahickon Creek. We're on the orange trail. The creek's just downhill from us, but after the first two little steep rocky sections, it seems to be flattened out. And it's just perfect weather today. There's a nice breeze. It's not cold, it's not hot. And this is a less populated part of the trail. So we'll follow the orange trail up until it turns to the left and go down the lavender trail. So decided to stay on the orange trail and not go and do the lavender trail. This just leads back to kind of where we started. And the reason being is because I'd like to hit two other trails up here today. And this is the shorter way to get back. I don't think there was any actual points of interest on the lavender trail itself. It was just for extra woods and cardio. It's pretty much like that. That's where it would come out. So we're just taking this, going across this little bridge. Well, I wanted to try to take a picture of this. This is from up at the top of the ridge, but there's so much foliage and trees, you really can't get a good picture. So just the footage. You can't really tell, but there's like some fast-moving water in the middle. It's not quite a waterfall. It's just, you know, babbling. Very pretty. There's like a little stone beach down there. We're almost to the end of this trail. Came down to the end of the trail and I thought there was going to be a sign on this, and there just wasn't. just a post. Maybe it used to be a sign. There's a bench, and over here is like an old picnic pavilion. Pretty dilapidated, but part of history nonetheless. Yeah, the roof is covered with moss. Some of the trail still goes that way, and we continue on. Okay, we're on the second trail of the day today. This is the Wissahickon Gorge North Loop. Just be advised that the Valley Green East entrance here is closed, and we had to go up and park along the street in a residential neighborhood and walk down to the trail. But we're on this path that leads to the trailhead now, and we'll be videoing as we go along. So the start of the trailhead has this long fence. It says it the whole way down. And you're going to be going by this for a little bit apparently, because they're doing this restoration project. So, you know, it is what it is. But hopefully there'll be enough beautiful scenery down the road, down the way here, to make up for this. So we're still walking along these long fences, and we're starting to see this bridge project that they're putting in, which will be amazing, I'm sure, when it's done. But right now it's just blocking off other stuff. The trail, the original trail, actually goes on the other side of that guardrail. We could see it earlier. And then what's going to happen is it's going to come down and go across this little bridge. I am assuming that's because of there's so much muddiness and stuff. Little gazebo up there, I think. So we're crossing over this part of the old bridge. Looks really pretty down there. I'm going to go down there. There's all kinds of geese, ducks. What are they? Are they ducks or geese? Geese. There are geese down there just swimming around. We could have probably parked back here if I would have known, but not being from the area, I had no idea where to park. So hopefully that'll be okay and we won't get in trouble. Originally, the trail that they have blocked off was right here on this side, and you can see that they're making a new pathway through here, and it has little graduated, it'll be like little waterfalls, it looks like, to come down. It's more of a creek. Just walking along the bridge here. Very nice and peaceful, tranquil. Look at the stonework. The stonework on this bridge is incredible. Look at all these geese. Just everywhere. And there's a beautiful bridge there. So apparently there's an old inn here that still serves food right by the water here. Lots and lots of people here today. And there's some information here on the stables. But it is the Valley Green house or inn. And some interesting buildings. This is also part of the park. This was named Trail of the Year, the Forbidden Drive that we were on in 2018, which I had read about that. It's a very easy trail. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was one of the original inns along here, and one of the only ones that survived. Very busy out here today. Down by the Valley Green Inn, the Forbidden Drive trail continues and runs right alongside of that. But we are going to go back up and cross this bridge and try to find a little trail to connect to the other gorge trail, the Gorge Loop Trail. So that we got through navigating all the stuff. There's one part of the trail that's closed. I think it's the one that goes that way. We're going this way. There's a cool little pavilion here, and we're just gonna head up this way to start the loop. So the trail is a little rocky. It's definitely a cool trail to be on. This is overlooking this creek here, down through the trees. A little rocky. There are a lot of ruins along the way on this trail. You can see one stone wall there. There's another one there. And look at that. There is a fire hydrant out in the middle of the woods. Very interesting. And I just hopped along over this creek here and to see more of this ruin. And there's a lot of different partial ruins out here. Not really sure what each and every one of them are, but you can see there's plenty of ruins. There's the bridge we crossed across earlier. Very interesting. Probably an old bridge. There's a cute little waterfalls here. And we're going across this cool wooden bridge.
Are we supposed to go this way?
So after a little bit of one of the rougher trails here, there's out to this beautiful spot with lots of rocks and fast moving water. There's some other people down here, but you can see how fast the water is flowing. So the day is getting shorter and we have a good hour and a half to drive back. So we decided to turn around and head back to the car and maybe visit another day when we can figure out where to park that's closer to the trail and not so treacherous.